Hey everybody, I thought it would be nice to do another little tutorial on making a pipeline after my last functional tutorial on using a reducer to abstract some logic out of these other functions. So I'm going to continue off where that left off. The functions above are pretty self-explanatory. I'm requiring underscore, and then I've got some simple math operations, and then a reduction to make them able to take any number of arguments. So starting from there, let's make a pipeline function. And the idea is that instead of nesting functions within other functions, we could pass in an argument that gets passed to each function as the next argument in the pipeline, one after another, without any nesting. So what we'll do in the pipeline is we'll reduce all the functions with the arguments that get added in. So I'm going to take the rest of the arguments, and let's have a left and a right side, and that's going to be for the functions that get called one after another. And we're going to have a value that's used to initialize this pipeline. And that's the underscore reduce context, if you're familiar with that. And once again, I'll make it where we can see what the result is with a console log. And I'm going to make a couple functions that can take in one value and work with it. Let's make those functions real quick. Let's say I'm going to do doubler, and that's just going to take a number and double it. And a tripler. It's the same thing, but triples the number. And as you can see here, I'm using functions that we wrote earlier, so there's no repeating of any logic. Okay, I think everything's defined now. Let's go ahead and save this and see what I'm missing. Pass in the initializer. It's going to be the 8. Which gets set as the context for reduce, which then boils down the double and tripler. And you see our value is 48. Okay, so that's working pretty well. Let's double check it. 10, we've got 60. Okay, not too bad. And so you see the way that the pipeline works is it just keeps calling the functions until it's reduced all the way down. So here we got 360. Pretty cool, really. I think, let's see, the way you would normally write this is, let's see, from right to left, you would have the tripler call the doubler with the result of the tripler. That's, the nested version is something like this. Let's double check that. Okay, it's exactly like that. Yeah, so you can see there that the pipeline saves you from having to keep track of all this nesting, try to figure out what's going on. It's a little bit more clear that you're just taking 200, doubling it, tripling it, doubling it, and tripling it. I guess it's like reading from left to right and without all the parentheses. So pipeline's a pretty cool way to use functional programming. And as you see, we built, even the functions that we're using in here are built out of other functions, which are built from other functions. And so I thought this was pretty helpful to see more ways to use these functions to build up. So thanks for watching, and I'll See you next time.